That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now. The project car is working for now, and it's ready for you guys to see. So I'm super excited to show you guys the new project car that I have got. It's been a bit of a dirty secret. I kind of had one before. I kind of loved it. It was a bit short-lived. You might already know what it is if you're guessing. But basically I've gone from a slipper to a purse. I'm ready for the abuse. But I didn't give a shit because this is one hell of a beautiful car and it's very different. So let's get going. Let's get me off camera and get talking about this project car. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I have bought myself a glorious 2012 RCZ Asphalt Edition. This is a 1.6 200 brake from factory, turbo petrol, and this is very special. This version, there's only 40 of them in the UK, and I'll talk to you in just a minute about what makes this RCZ slightly different from the rest of the range and give you a little walk around. But first, you're actually going to see the videos of how this car began its life with me. So this, unfortunately, is how my car has sat since I bought it. So as you can imagine, I'm not very impressed, obviously. So when I got the car on the evening, it was late at night, the guy drove it down the road, took me out on it, you know, and I think I was quite ecstatic about the car because it's a very clean car. It's actually very good condition all over to be considered. So yeah, he did say there was a light that was occasionally coming on, an engine warning coming on, which I wasn't too bothered about. I know these cars are very sensitive, so I thought, you know, it's absolutely fine. That engine light literally came on about 20 seconds after leaving the guy's house when I went on to boost, and the car didn't seem to have any go whatsoever. So I don't know whether I was just thinking in my mind, well, maybe it's just less powerful than the Jag, so it is therefore slower, but it just felt really, like, really slow. So obviously I had this power, this message coming up, sorry, which was the like an engine warning light, not the engine management light, but like a repair warning. So obviously the car's picking up that something's not ideally right. So the night after, I took it for a spin, and I realised there's quite a bit of a rattle coming from the engine. Now, if you know these well, you're probably thinking, oh no, timing chain. But I have got history on that, and you know, we quickly found it wasn't the timing chain. So obviously the issue I was having was no boost, and I was having an engine repair light coming on and a rattle. So we found that the rattle was this. Yeah, welcome to my boot. Obviously this shouldn't be in my boot, but what we discovered the rattle was that this, which is the original turbo, the wastegate was, the wastegate's knackered, look. So the reason why I wasn't having any power was because the wastegate is completely gone. So that was giving me my rattling noise. And yeah, this turbo is bad. There's a lot of play in the impeller as well. So yeah, I've now got an NA RCZ. So it's cost me just over 500, or just under, sorry, 500 quid, and I'm fitting it all myself. So I've got to spend the rest of this weekend fitting a new turbo onto the front of the car. Now hopefully that will be great, and we'll now go back to the video of where it's at when it's fixed to run you through the rest of the car. So it wasn't an ideal start, but I'm in conversation with the previous owner just to say, look, let's try and see if we can resolve something here. You know, the argument is 50-50. I'm not going to get into it, but you know, I bought it sold as seen. But obviously he sold it with a light, and maybe didn't realise what the issue was and the expense in which it was going to cause to sort the problem. So yeah, not the best of starts for a car that I've just bought. So this is a status update for today. This is now Sunday, and the turbo is back on. As you can see, I've also been busy fitting the front and the rear. Lowering springs, the back is sat superbly. I think the front gets to settle, it's also lifted up. And there's a lot of weight in the boot, blah 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 blah, whatever. That will settle, so you'll see the fitment in the video after this. But this is where we're at. So, suspension's obviously done. Now, put the turbo back on, but we faced an issue. The hose that goes on here is broke. So when we started it up, 10-15 seconds, it was spewing out oil from the top. So I had to shut the car off. So I've had to take off the downpipe again. Probably see loosely down there where it's wet with oil. This pipe's got to be replaced, so I've got to get on the phone to Peugeot on Monday, try and source that pipe, get the pipe back up through, put the downpipe back on, and then we're up and running so I can actually record the video of this going. So you also notice that the centre caps are missing and the car hasn't been cleaned, but the centre caps are missing because I've got new ones coming. So yeah, that is how I got the car and how it's been practically since I bought it. But it's been a functional weekend and I've definitely got the car a lot better than it was when I bought it. So just to also say, the guy did refund me, or is going to anyway right now, £200 for the hassle. So that does help with the blow of having to replace the parts for this. And obviously the springs were purchased because the coilovers I was going to buy, I had to use the money to repair the car. So we're on springs for now, which should do the job anyway until we can get some decent coilovers. So let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so this car has done 113,000 miles and I am the 5th owner. Now why I got this is because I'm trying to halve my running cost as best I can, and this was the perfect opportunity to grab one while it came. Now it is as clean as it looks, it's a super clean car. I'm going to run you around it now and talk about what makes it so special. Okay, so before we walk around the car, I'm basically going to point out to you now in the next 60 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds, the different bits about the asphalt that make it special. So the first thing, we're going to walk around the body. Now if you can't suss out the first thing that makes the asphalt very unique, it is right in front of you. This paint job is one of 40. It is a matte silver that looks very much like it's wrapped. The paintwork, there's a few dents, little dents and scratches, but it is definitely one of the cleanest vehicles I have ever owned. So this paint pops lovely in the sun and it helps to give this car its really unique look. So the asphalt over the GT trim, which is the highest trim you can get apart from the RCZ, which is a separate sort of level of car. The asphalt comes with asphalt painted brake calipers, although they'll be changing soon, so that won't be a feature anymore. And it also comes with these very rare, very uncommon wheels. These are 19-inch Solstice wheels. I can't say it very well, but that is what they are. So you won't see many of these, and they're basically a diamond cut, half matte painted wheel, which looks incredible. The asphalt offers everything that the GT has, but more. So this has got the soundproofed front windscreen, which is an optional extra for the GT. And if you didn't know it was asphalt enough, you've got asphalt badging, you've got asphalt along here on the door trims, and the seating and stitching, you've got asphalt on the seat, and you've got all the custom stitching on the seats, which they don't come with from the factory. Stitching like so. So that is part of the asphalt kit. Now another thing to mention is it does come with this JBL system with the pop-up nav. That is also an optional extra. You have the larger center display inside the dials there as well. We're loving the piano black on this. And as we can see on the side of the doors, you've got the JBL hiding through there, which again would be an optional extra from the factory on top of the GT trim. So yeah, it is, as you can see, super clean. Heated leather seats. I think they all come with these apart from the basic sports of cloth. Yes, it does have the stitching through on the back seats, which you'll never fit anyone on, but I guess it's helpful there if you want to open up the boot space. So there we go guys, apart from the obvious colour, there's a few different things about this car that keep it very unique as the asphalt version. I will say I've actually kept the original wheels on the car, and I think I probably will keep them because I just really think they suit the blend of the matte colour, the matte black wheels with the diamond cut. It just suits it super well. So walk around to the business end of the car, which in my opinion is the best end, and I just think, you know, the thing with this car is, yeah, you know, it's uncommon in the car scene, it's different, it's an unappreciated brand, and you know, I just think it's a good looking car. Now obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know, I think that maybe the front on the pre-facelift, like this one, but this is the only one you can get the asphalt in, is probably, in my opinion, maybe not as nice looking as the facelift, but this end, when it's obviously modified, you'll see as I go, the actual front end of this is actually more aggressive in my opinion. So, you know, there's a mixture of opinions on what they think of that. But anyway, we're here and now, and we're talking about this car. So this obviously has all the additional kit that the GT has, plus more. A couple of features you might have spotted on the RCZ. You know, it does have the double glass window. This is getting tinted this week, so I'm super excited for that. You can see it runs through onto the roof. That's one of the really cool features about this car. It has an adjustable, automatic or manually adjusted spoiler by the button. So as you see in the video, I had to replace the turbo and a top pipe for the turbo as well, because I managed to break that while installing it back on. So, you know, while the car was up for at least a week on stands, I made the progress of fitting the springs. Now I had to get springs because my, you know, £5,000 plus budget I had for coilovers was completely eaten up by sorting the turbo. But obviously you have to put the importance of a running vehicle over the looks, but you will admit now to me and say that it is lowered spot on. Look at the fitment here. Just obviously bear in mind this isn't stock. If you think it is stock, then it's not, I'm afraid. But you know, the back end is unbelievable. It is such nice fitment. The front is a little bit higher. The tyres rub like anything because they're a profile bigger than the front. That's just been done to make it all kind of fit and work. But yeah, it is a, I just think that in my opinion, it is a very good looking car. You know, and this car marks the end of Peugeot's last generation of older style interiors. So as we can see, it is a little bit dated. The handbrake looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it is still a very nice place to be. You know, the premium feel with the clock in the centre. This is an absolute pain to learn. I still haven't learned it all yet. My sat nav's like upside down, as you can see. I've got to work out how I do that. But yeah, do you know what? It's a pleasant place to be. You've got the lovely feeling, flat bottom steering wheel, you know, and just look at this interior. It is really, really graceful. So apart from the lowering springs and the wheel spacers to bring the wheels out, there's literally a sun strip on the front, and that is it for this vehicle. It's completely as I bought it. The SP grille, normally I don't like them, but I just think for some reason the silver just comes through really well on this car. So that obviously came on the car probably from factory. You can get them from Zun Sport. They're over £200. I mean, trying to get one now would probably be very rare because they don't make them anymore. But that is the car in its entirety. So I hope you enjoy this new series. Now, you know, if all goes well, this will be a car I keep. Now, you can hold it against me and you can give me a slap in the face, every single one of you, if I get rid of this in 6 months. I'm not going to say, yeah, because you never know. But I'm loving the car and I can't see any reason why I would want to get rid of this car for any reason soon. So I hope you guys enjoy the new series. There's a lot of modifications to come this weekend, plus more to come as time progresses on the RCZ. But I thought I would start you where it was. Now, you know, just to finish, I would have started this car as standard, but I just had to seize the opportunity I had to lower the car while it was up on axle stands, awaiting the turbo and parts to turn up. So yeah, it's looking mighty fine. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. You know, hairdresser, French scrap, all that sort of stuff. But you know, this will stand out on meets and this will be different. And I love to showcase French cars in the best way possible. And we'll also be doing some videos on engine modifications. Since the turbo's been fitted, the engine has been sweet. The car is running super well. I've now got boost again, which is also helpful. And there'll be a lot more videos on that to come as well. So welcome to the new project series, RCZ Asphalt.